Hey everybody, Karyn Bryant here talking with Davey Grant, who is fighting Daniel Marcos over at the UFC show in London. I'm so excited to get back. Davey, I got to imagine it feels good for you to have a fight back on home soil.
Yes, honest, Karyn, I'm absolutely ecstatic. It's been 7 years, 7 years since I fought in England, and since then my career's just been like I've had such sort of like some absolutely fantastic like sort of highlight reel finishes and fight of the night, stuff like that, and they've all been away from home, so it feels good to finally get to perform in front of my home fans.
Yeah, and it's crazy. And I feel like weren't you scheduled on one of the London shows, right? But then something happened?
Yeah, I was scheduled on one. Oh God, the first ever show I was on, and then I got a surgery.
Yeah.
Yeah, I blew my knee out in the hotel fight week. So that was a bit of a nightmare. And then that led to like 2.5 years off. And then I fought in London. That was the first time I fought Chito Vera. That was in 2015. And then it was Manchester 2016. And then since then, it's just been like Vegas or Russia, Hamburg, and Abu Dhabi.
Yeah, it's wild. And it's funny because I was looking back at your record, and it's cool because I've covered a lot of your fights, which is so fun. And I was remembering that Moscow one, and I was like, man, like, I know Russia's kind of touchy right now, but like it is really cool to think that we've gone around the world. You've gotten to do this all around the world. I don't know if obviously it means a lot to you to fight at home, but has there been one other place around the world that you kind of were like, all right, this is pretty effing cool. Like I can't actually believe I'm doing this right now.
I mean, to be honest, it was like. The Moscow one, yeah, funnily enough, was crazy because I probably would never go to Moscow.
Right.
Like, so that was great to go on and fight a Russian in Russia. It was a great experience. But I look at Vegas as sort of the fight capital of the world anyway. And I just, first time I fought in Vegas, and it was like, oh yeah, this is where I want to be. So I've still got a few I want to tick off the bucket list, like Madison Square Gardens and stuff like that. That'd be nice to get on one of those cards for sure.
Yeah, well, the people would love you there, and I don't know if you can tell, but like people, I mean, I think right? Like people love watching you fight. People absolutely love watching you fight. Fighters love watching you fight. Fans love watching you fight. Is that a style? Is that something that you had from the beginning, win or lose, that you could just tell that like people were there for you?
Yeah, I mean, I really think that's like sort of one of the best things about me. Honest, Karyn, I don't claim to be the best fighter in the world. I'm not, far from it. But I am very excited. I'll always wear my heart on my sleeve. I'll always walk there. And I don't try and put on exciting fights. Like I just want to win quickly and go home. You know what I mean? But they just always seem to turn into like crazy fights. And I absolutely love that. It's like I want to be remembered for being like one of the most exciting fighters in the division. And it's just nice to get a good reputation. Just like it's the entertainment business at the end of the day. And I think. Yeah, I just make it hard for myself, which makes it entertaining.
Well, and so I think wasn't it back to back to back to back, like performance bonus, fight of the night, or reverse order or something like that, but it was like 4 bonuses in a row?
Yeah, it was 4 bonuses in a row and then missed one and then got another one. So it was like 5 out of the last 6.
Unbelievable. And so I say that because sometimes we watch right by the if we're at the Apex, right? So sometimes the guys and I we watch right by the octagon. Sometimes we're up in our green room or whatever. But we're always screaming for you. Like I don't mean that that we're against your opponents and stuff like that, because like we love Adrian Yanez too. Like he's one of my favorite guys, and so that fight was amazing. And a lot of us know like he's a future champ. You gave him all. You know what I mean? It's like there was everything to love about that fight. But like fighters are screaming for you, like they love it, and I guess that's what it is. It's that it's all heart, right? So you did some other things probably before you fought. Were you always just an all heart guy, no matter what you were doing?
Yeah, I mean it's always just been a part of me. I feel like honestly, if I wasn't fighting, I don't know what I'd be doing. I just absolutely love it, and it shocks people. If I meet someone and they don't know me, and then they find out that I'm actually one of the elite fighters of the world, they're like, oh my. I can't believe that. You know what I mean? Because I don't come across, but I just absolutely love it. And it just suits me down the ground. Honest, I can't think of anything else I'd rather do with my life.
Yeah, I love that. It's amazing. And I feel like that, like we talk about like a Corey Sandhagen guy in the same respect of like, you're the guy that you wouldn't expect it. Like you said, you don't quote unquote look like a fighter. You don't carry yourself with a lot of ego. You don't walk around like you're what people who don't know the fight game assume fighters are going to be like. Right. And so then there you are, just a nice guy. And then you absolutely put the hurt on people. So, I got to imagine, like, so do your old friends, what do they say about your career now? Like the old friends that you grew up with, can they believe what you've become? Or did they always go, I always knew you would do it?
Yeah, everyone. I think, honestly, I shocked everyone, including my wife, when I first started to fight again. My wife, I was telling her, I was saying, look, I'm going to go and have like a cage fight. Like, and she was like, oh, don't worry, you're going to get hurt. You got nothing to prove. I was like, no, I'm good at this. I'll be all right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it shocked everyone how far I was willing to go and sort of just like my skill level and everything.
I love it. Well, and so let's talk about this fight that you have coming up with Daniel Marcos. I'm not sure, he's undefeated, right? I believe it's 14-0 or something like that. So, it's interesting when you face undefeated guys. There's something about them that, they have that bravado. They've never lost. They feel sometimes infallible. Do you feel any differently about facing an undefeated guy? Like, do you think, I can't wait to to give him his first loss? Like, how does that even register to you?
No, I mean, yeah, I've fought undefeated guys before, and it's like, they're definitely coming in with sort of like a nice like sort of confidence and an air of confidence, because obviously they've never been beat. But I really you've just got to take every fight as it comes, and I'll be ready for anything. I feel like he's undefeated, but I don't think he's been fighting the guys on the level that I've been fighting. Right. And no disrespect to him at all, because he's got to work with that. And I don't feel like he's fought a guy of my stable, so it's going to be nice to go and put both of our skills on the test and see if see who's the best man on the night.
Mm-hmm. And also, obviously, you'll be buoyed by that crowd. Like, I feel bad for the guy, and I know he's Peruvian, I believe, right? And so, I'm not as familiar with him yet. I don't know how much English he speaks. I think he does, because there is something nice about going to a place that if you're the enemy and you don't even speak the language, it's like it doesn't matter, But I think he'll feel like he's the enemy regardless.
Yeah, definitely. I think look for pretty electric, the London crowds, and
it is.
Looking forward to it.
Yeah, I'm excited about it. So for you, your training, I know you do a lot of it at home, but then you spent a decent amount of time in Thailand. Is that right?
Yes, I went to Bangtao. I was there for just a little bit. I was sort of just sharpening up on a few things, working with the Hickman brothers and some of the guys at Bangtao. Sort of like a bit of a training camp, half holiday. It was like I was just training all the time, and it was like halfway through camp, so I was still like doing a little bit of sightseeing and stuff like that. But I had a long camp for this. I mean, I've been in camp really since last year. I've never stopped training, and the SFL fight was sort of just a quick little quick turnover on a short notice fight, and then I didn't really get banged up too much in the fight, so it was sort of like I didn't have to have a full fight camp for that, so I just kept that going. So I had just a little chill in Thailand, still training twice a day, and then over to finish off the hard portion of my camp in Vegas, sharpen up, and now I'm back home, just reacclimatizing and getting ready for the next one.
Well, I don't know, Davey, with that famous English food compared to the Thai food, I mean, I don't know. like no disrespect, but come on, Thai food is like among the best food on the planet.
Yes, definitely. It was it was fantastic.
Oh my God. Well, I've not been there, but I know it's beautiful. And I was looking at your Instagram, and it just looks like such a beautiful place. But like you said, like you even admitted, you're like, I'm a bit of a tourist over here as well. That has to help to balance out the hard part, right?
Yeah, definitely. Because sometimes, you've got to just sometimes when you're in camp, it can be a bit monotonous, and you're just in a way doing the same thing every day. And especially those long camps, like 12 weeks is the longest camp I've had for a long time.
Jeez.
Break it up, a little bit of sightseeing. Like you say, it's a beautiful country, and it was just a nice little portion of the camp where still got all hard training in, and let my hair down a little bit and just enjoy things.
Nice. Well, so listen, there's been a lot of talk recently about Ronda Rousey. So people remember you from The Ultimate Fighter and you were on her team. And there's been all this stuff talking about how she has a heart out from the WWE. People think, since Amanda retired, she might come back. I personally think maybe she just wants to have another child. But I'm curious what if you think of that still, like what. I know it's a huge question, but like, how do you feel about Ronda? What was that time like for you? And do you still like, do you keep up with her? Like, what's your deal?
It's been a while since we talked. We did keep up with each other, but then obviously like lives just sort of like take turns and stuff, and it's hard to just have small talk over. Like, cause even when I've been to America, I've never sort of seen her. But it'd be great to go and speak to her again. I'll probably drop her a message. But like, I know she's got a lot on. She's got the farm. She's got the WWE, and she's got the baby and everything now. So. I mean, I can't see her coming back. Honestly, I think it's more just the media outlets, but you never know. Like sometimes that's maybe just a little spur what you might need, and like it just sort of reignites the fire. I don't know. It'd be nice to see her come back. She was a fantastic champion.
I know.
One of the most iconic women champions of all time. And I love Ronda. She's a great girl, and whatever she wants to do, I just want to be happy.
Yeah, there's a big part of me that does want her to come back too, because I think she's cool, and I loved covering her fights, and like it was so exciting, and there was so much excitement around her, and now her star is even bigger. But at the same time, I personally am like, maybe she just wants to have another kid, and and all that, and like you said, the media is kind of building it up, and then some, I don't know. It's interesting to me, and I just was curious what your take was on that. Like overall, that was a positive experience for you, though, right? Being on The Ultimate Fighter.
Fantastic. Asked me would I do it again when I just got out, I'd have been like, oh, I don't know. Now, if you ask me to go and do it again, I'd do it straight away. I enjoy it. I'm a bit of a people person. I don't mind being around people, and I love like the fact that I was getting analysed about my training, and everyone's looking at me like matching me up against people, and I like showing people my skills and what I can do, and just it's just a crazy experience where like you can't buy that. No one can buy that experience. You have to go and earn that through hard training and the right opportunities. And I was just trying to take it all in my stride and really enjoying the moment. And it was a fantastic experience. Like I wanted to do it ever since I watched it. No, like I was with Michael Bisping and Forrest Griffin on the first ones of the Ultimate Fighter. Like I knew that I wanted to be a part of, and I made it my goal to go and get there. And it was nice to get that definitely life experience.
Awesome. Yeah, no, it's great. And I agree with you. Like, I think, obviously there's Contender Series now, which is different. You're kind of fast tracked in a little bit more, but I think that the Ultimate Fighter one also gave people a longer time to get to know you guys too, and there's that you can't, that's invaluable, especially now in the social media days when it's all that so important. Like getting the opportunity to show who you are is really cool.
Yes, 100%. It was a great experience, and like I say, people get to delve into your life a little bit, and sort of you sort of can create like sort of a little bit of a fan base and get people to know you're not just like there and they're like just scrapping all the time, just like we've all got our own personalities as well. And I'm especially for me, I'm not the trash talking type. That's not really how I get about. I'm more getting well known for like exciting fights and just trying to be a good person, be a good family man. That's like my main job at the minute. Do you know what I mean? But it's nice to get that.
But you get like, I feel like you wouldn't be here's the thing. I don't think you would be offended if somebody tried to trash talk you, but I think everybody'd be like, you're trash talking Davey Grant. Like I feel like everybody'd be like, really, bro? Like you're trash talking Davey Grant? Come on.
Definitely. I think I've got a reputation of being a nice guy. But if you want to trash talk, fantastic. It does hype up the fight.
Yeah.
And honest, and I think it's great for the sport. It's not that I'm against it. It's just me, and I'm not the type of person who's gonna do something that I'm not comfortable with because it'll just be fake. Do you know, like if they want to go and talk or trash about me or whatever, then that's all right. I don't mind that at all. Like you can hype the fight as much as you want, and I'll give a bit and take a bit or whatever. It's just like I'm not really going to start anything. It's not my style. But like guys who do it, like your Connors and stuff like that, like it makes me want to watch the fight. I love that sort of stuff. You know what I mean? So it'd be nice, nice for what it is. It's just not really part of my game.
Yeah, I agree. I like it. in the buildup, and I like it. I get it, and I understand it as part of the game. I do think sometimes people cross the line, and
Yeah.
I don't want you to bring your family into it and this and that. But Davey, I tell you, if I was up at a press conference and I would talk so much crap, like, but it would be the funny kind, like it would be good, but it would just be about my opponent. You know what I mean? I think it would be fun, and like you said, I would do it to hype the fight. I think it would be fun.
Yes, and it's good, and it's great for business. It's
Yeah.
great for and just like getting a little bit more notoriety about the fight.
Yeah.
You know, it is. It's definitely got its place. But like I say, I think if I tried to do it, especially when everyone knows what I'm like, I'd come across as very, very cringy, and I would just look out of place, and it wouldn't suit me at all.
Yeah, I don't know if anybody would believe it. That's the thing. Like, not that your intent, your intent to kill or whatever wasn't there, but yeah, like I feel like everybody'd be like, who told Davey to say that? Because that doesn't feel organic. You know what I mean?
Honestly, if I thought I'd hurt someone's feelings, I would lose sleep. Do you know what I mean?
So listen, you still make 135 pounds, right? Which is tough. Like, as people age, as they've been in the division for a long time. So do you have ideas of moving up? Do you think you'll just always fight at bantamweight? What do you think you'll do?
I think I'll probably always fight at bantamweight.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong. It's not an easy weight cut. It never will be, and it never has been. I've been working with the PI has made it a lot better, and I just understand the science of it a little bit more now.
Mm-hmm.
But I do find that my weight just doesn't come off just as quick as what it used to. You know, like I still make the weight cut all right. It's just the process of diet, and it just takes that little bit longer. Like obviously, like age is a very determinant factor in that. But as long as I'm still feeling comfortable in my fight camp, it's not affecting me, then I'll stay at 135. And then, yeah, if anything changes, then yeah, I'll probably think about moving up. We'll just have to wait and see what happens.
Yeah, I mean, if there's no reason to, I just know that 135 pounds is light. Like that's lean. That's lean. You mentioned before versus Daniel in terms of like the strength of your schedule. You've fought a lot more names, so you have fought a lot of people. But are there some names that you still would like to get in there with that you haven't fought yet?
Oh yeah, I mean definitely. Like I mean some of the guys I grew up like the guy like the Dominic Cruz and things like that. Like I mean I grew up like classing Dominic as like one of the greatest bantamweights ever. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's nice to even like I see him at the PI and brush shoulders. It would just be nice to like sort of like share the cage with one of those type of legends. People I like sort of idolized for my career. But I mean any of the I feel like any of the fights in the bantamweight division is stacked, and any fights in that top 15, top 20 guys, it makes for an exciting fight. I match up well against those guys where I know I'm a hard fight, and it'll literally be fireworks.
Yeah, I agree with you. There's so many great names. It's interesting now, though. It does seem that they do a lot of veteran newcomer things. You know what I mean? And your Yanez fight is a perfect example of that. And so that's the thing. Like, there are those great names that a lot of us like. For example, what was it? Was it Tim Means versus Bobby Green, right? Like that kind of fight is where you're just so like, yeah, you and Dominic, people be like, hell yeah, like let's go, But at the same time, there is something to be said for like putting those new guys up to be like, oh, the whole, you want to be a fighter? Okay, here you go. Here you go. Here's Davey Grant. See how you do. You know what I mean? And I feel like they know they're like, Davey, like they know it's not going to be easy.
Yeah, I think anyone knows it. You're gonna have to do something really, really good to stop me. Like even just coming at you. I know I'm definitely one of the toughest in the division, and
sure.
I'm probably one of the hardest hitting as well. I think I make for a dangerous fight for anyone, and very exciting because everyone else is so dangerous as well. Definitely. So some really exciting matchups to be made.
Nice. Well, so before I let you go, then, if there were, let's say maybe 2 fights, 2 or 3 or whatever, that like, if I said, okay, so somebody's never seen Davey Grant fight, and I want to show them who he is and like how good he is and what he's all about, what fight should I show them?
I mean, I think the Martin Day fight, I loved that fight. It was the first fight in my UFC career where I thought, I'm just going to fight how I want. I was thinking, it doesn't matter. I'm just gonna, because when I first got signed, it was like sort of little bit of a mixed record, wins and losses, and you're still sort of like fighting sort of cautiously. And it wasn't really how I wanted to be. And at the Martin Day fight, I thought, I'm just going to fight how I want. And then it could have went all wrong because I got my jaw broke in the first round, and then went on to get obviously the KO in the third round.
Yeah.
So it makes for like a really, really good, exciting, like sort of, yeah, it was just like.
There's a lot of drama. There's a lot of,
That's the one, yeah, it was. I love that fight because of that reason. I feel like it's one of my best ones, definitely.
Nice. Well, that makes sense. And I can attest that a lot of the subsequent fights, the recent ones that you've had at the Apex, have just been awesome too. So, you really can't go wrong. But I'm excited to see you back in action in London. Have you already, and you don't have to tell us and give it away if you don't want to, but do you use the same walkout song all the time? Do you change it for where you are? Are you going to do something different since it's a home game?
No, I'll probably be using the same one. Every now and again, I just think, oh no, actually, I like that song. I'm gonna go and change it to that one. Thing like sort of up tempo, some sort of like bouncy stuff, like the type of stuff that I used to DJ back in the day, and go out and dance to. Do you know, like I like that song. So,
nice. Maybe we get you and Mike Bisping, the DJs. The English DJ. I used to DJ at a radio station. I never DJ'd in a club, but I used to DJ at a radio station. But what kind of were you? What was your kind of music that you played?
So it's what we call like sort of bouncy house.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's like sort of upbeat house music, and I like the girls singing on and stuff like that. But you would on a good night out, and like Mike likes the same sort of stuff. And we've talked about before, but we're definitely gonna have to sort out like a set for both of us and go against each other. It'd be good.
Yes, I would love that. We got to make that happen.
Yeah, for sure.
Awesome. Hey, listen, Davey, thank you so much for joining me today, and I'm really looking forward to your fight with Daniel Marcos. That, of course, is at the UFC London show on July 22nd. Just really appreciate your time, and you're just such a fun fighter to watch. I can't implore people enough. If they've never seen you fight, they have to, and those who know you already love you. So, Davey, just keep killing it. And I'll see you in London in a couple, like 10 days or so. So I'm very excited.
Karyn, great to speak to you. Absolute pleasure as always.
Great. I'll see you soon.
Thanks. See you soon. Take care.